Welcome to the world of Rat Trap. In this game, you take on the role of cunning rats who must work together in order to steal as much cheese as they can without getting bitten by the cat. But be careful. Can you really trust your friends? Because in the end, only one player will be the winner, the one with the most cheese. For a basic game, leave both white dice, all 5 roll cards, and all 6 third rat cards in the box. You won't need them at this point. Place all point and bandage chips at the center of the table. Take out all door cards and keep only those indicating the number of players at the table. For example, here we have 3 players, so all cards without the number 3 on them go back in the box. Now, take out as many trap cards from the deck as there are players at the table, in our case, 3, and set them aside. Place the door cards in even stacks. There should be as many stacks as there are players. Now add 1 trap card to each stack and shuffle them. Place the stacks at the center of the table. Now that they each have an armed trap in them, we're ready to begin. The player who's last eaten cheese becomes the active rat and places the corresponding game piece and both black dice in front of him. When it's his turn to play, the active rat tosses both dice. If he's unhappy with the outcome, he's allowed to throw the dice one more time, but he must toss both dice. He then chooses one player who will be his partner for this turn, a friend with who he will share the dice, someone he trusts. All players can plead and try to convince the active rat that they would make the better partner. Once the colleague is chosen, the active rat gives him the dice. The partner keeps one and leaves the other to the active rat. They both execute the action shown on their die, starting with the partner rat. The actions are key, pick a card from one of the decks. Double key, pick 2 cards from one of the decks. Steal 1 random card from another player's stockpile. Cat, give a bandage chip to an opponent. Heal yourself using a bandage chip. When picking a card, if it's a trap card, you must announce it immediately. Place it facing up near the deck where it came from and immediately take a bandage chip. If you picked a cheese card, you can place it face down in front of you. This card will be worth points at the end of the turn. If you picked a shamrock card, also keep it face down in your stock in front of you. It'll prevent you from having to use a bandage chip in the future. When the active rat and his partner have executed the actions on their dice, the active rat game piece moves left in front of the next player, who in turn becomes the active rat. The round ends if 2 stacks run out of cards or if a player gets 3 bandage chips. This player loses all the cards from his stockpile. We finish the round and everybody counts their points. For every cheese card in your stockpile, you get a 1-point chip. Keep these chips until the end of the game. They cannot be taken away. The game ends after 3 turns or if a player gets 7 points or more at the end of a round. Those are the rules for the basic game. Have fun! What are you still doing here? You want more? Oh, you want to adventure further in the Rat Trap universe? Well, alright then. Follow me on the expert side. Rats who feel like taking on a real challenge can try these different variations. Roll cards. Before each round, you get a roll card, which is chosen randomly. It'll give you special skills. The manipulator shows his card at the beginning of the round. He can look through 2 stacks of cards and place them in any order he wishes. Al Raton can force the active rat to choose him as his partner, but he can only do this once in the round. The hypnotist can redirect a cat attack onto another player. The alchemist transforms every unused shamrock card into a point at the end of the round. As for the madman, he doesn't get injured when getting a trap card. Instead, he keeps it in his stockpile. And watch out, if a player steals a card from your pile and it turns out to be a trap, he gets a bandage chip. That's when you reveal all the trap cards in your stockpile, unarm them, and get a bandage chip for each one. More partners, more problems. If you're 4 or 5 players, you can vary the rules in this way. Use all 4 dice, both black and both white. The rules are the same as for the basic game, but the active rat now tosses 4 dice, and he cannot rethrow. He then chooses 2 partners. In a clockwise order, the partners each give back 1 die to the active rat. The actions on the dice are executed in a clockwise order, and the active rat plays last, choosing one of the 2 actions available to him. Playing as a couple. Rat Trap can also be a duel. The game is played the same way as if there were 3 players, but you will need the 6 third rat cards. At the start of each round, shuffle the third rat cards and place them face down in front of the third player's chair. When you're the active rat, you can choose the third rat as your partner. In that case, reveal his card. It will indicate which die the third rat chooses. For example, in this case, our friend's first choice is the die with the steal action. Since there isn't any, we move on to his second choice, double key. The remaining die is given back to the active rat as usual. As for the execution of the action, you'll have to rely on the illustration on the third rat's card. This mischievous little rat with the blue baseball cap says it's the active rat's opponent who decides which action to take. In this case, which stack the third rat will pick his 2 cards from. If you find the tall green-shirted rat, then the honor of executing the third rat's action will be given to the active rat. There it is! You now have everything you need to play Rat Trap. Dear rodents, we hope you get many thrills, tons of cheese, and few bandages.